Hello, my friend. Harold was 74 years old, a retired school principal who prided himself on living a clean, healthy life. Every morning without fail, he made himself breakfast, 2 eggs, sometimes scrambled, sometimes fried. Eggs are the perfect food, he'd say. Cheap, full of protein, and they've kept me strong all these years. It was a ritual, something that made him feel grounded and capable. But lately, Harold had been feeling off. His energy wasn't what it used to be. He'd get heartburn after breakfast, feel bloated through lunch, and naps started replacing his afternoon walks. His doctor ran tests, nothing serious came back. Still, Harold felt something wasn't right. It wasn't until a friend from his senior group mentioned how cooking methods can impact the healthfulness of even the best foods that Harold paused and took a closer look. He'd always fried his eggs in vegetable oil, cranked up the heat until the edges were crispy brown. Sometimes, on busier mornings, he'd even leave cooked eggs sitting out, reheating them later. It had never crossed his mind that something so familiar could be doing harm. Harold began reading. What he found shocked him: overcooked eggs can lead to the formation of harmful compounds. Certain oils release toxins when heated too high. And raw or improperly stored eggs? They can carry bacteria dangerous to someone his age. That's when it clicked: he wasn't eating unhealthy food, he was making healthy food in unhealthy ways. So he made small changes: softer cooking, safer oils, smarter storage. Within weeks, the heartburn was gone. His energy returned. "I didn't need to stop eating eggs," he laughed one morning, "I just had to stop hurting them." Maybe you've been like Harold, doing your best, not realizing a few small mistakes could be quietly affecting your well-being. Eggs are still one of the best foods out there, if you handle them right. So let's talk about the 5 common mistakes older adults often make with eggs, and how you can avoid them to protect your health and feel your best every day. Eggs have long been praised as one of nature's most complete foods. They're inexpensive, versatile, and packed with essential nutrients, making them a staple in the diets of many older adults. One large egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality protein, important B vitamins like B12 and riboflavin, minerals such as selenium and phosphorus, and powerful antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin that support eye health. They also provide choline, a nutrient vital for brain function and memory, which becomes even more important as we age. But as beneficial as eggs are, their health value depends heavily on how they're prepared, stored, and consumed. Many seniors assume that simply eating eggs regularly is enough to reap their benefits. However, small mistakes in handling, like overcooking, using the wrong oil, or storing them improperly, can actually reduce their nutrient value and, in some cases, even introduce health risks. For instance, cooking eggs at very high temperatures can lead to the oxidation of cholesterol, a process that creates compounds associated with inflammation and increased risk of heart disease. This is particularly concerning for seniors, as aging bodies are already more prone to chronic inflammation, which can fuel conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Additionally, undercooked or raw eggs may contain salmonella, a bacteria that, while relatively rare, can be dangerous for older adults due to weakened immune systems. What may only cause a mild upset stomach in younger people can lead to hospitalization for seniors, especially those with underlying health issues or reduced hydration. Storage is another overlooked issue. Cooked eggs left at room temperature for too long can become breeding grounds for bacteria. And expired or cracked eggs, even if they appear normal, can carry invisible threats that compromise digestive health and overall immunity. Seniors are more sensitive to foodborne illnesses and may take longer to recover from them. Even the oil used to cook eggs matters. Many people rely on common vegetable oils like corn or soybean oil, assuming they're harmless. But these oils can break down into harmful substances when exposed to heat, creating free radicals that damage cells and contribute to cognitive decline and cardiovascular strain. This means that even if you're cooking eggs every morning, using the wrong oil could quietly undo many of the benefits you're aiming for. There's also a lesser-known issue with raw egg whites. They contain a compound called avidin, which binds to biotin, a B vitamin essential for skin, nerve, and metabolic health. When eggs are consumed raw, this interaction can interfere with biotin absorption over time, leading to deficiencies, something seniors should especially avoid. Ultimately, eggs are not inherently harmful. In fact, they're a superfood, when handled correctly. For seniors looking to maintain strength, energy, and cognitive clarity, the difference lies in the details. How you cook them. What you cook them with. How you store them afterward. These little habits can either preserve the egg's natural health value, or silently turn it into something that works against your body. Understanding these facts gives you the power to make simple, informed changes. In the next section, we'll explore the 5 most common mistakes seniors make with eggs, mistakes that, once corrected, can help restore their health-boosting power and make each bite a step toward greater well-being. 1. Overcooking eggs. It's easy to think that the hotter you cook your eggs, the better. A sizzling pan, crispy edges, or hard-boiled eggs with a dark green ring around the yolk might seem fine, but these signs of overcooking can quietly damage your health over time. When eggs are exposed to high heat, especially during frying or long boiling, they undergo a chemical process called oxidation. This causes the cholesterol in the yolk to become oxidized, forming harmful compounds that contribute to inflammation and raise the risk of heart disease. For seniors, whose bodies are more sensitive to inflammation, this can have a lasting impact on cardiovascular health and digestion. Overcooked eggs also lose valuable nutrients. Heat-sensitive vitamins like B12 and antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin, critical for brain and eye health, are significantly reduced. This means you may think you're eating something nutritious, when in fact, your body is getting much less than expected. Take a moment to consider your own habits. Do your eggs come out rubbery, browned, or sulfur-smelling? That strong odor after boiling is a clear sign they've been cooked too long. The good news? You don't need to give up eggs, you just need to be gentler with them. Try soft scrambling on low heat, poaching, or lightly boiling. If you enjoy frying, keep the temperature moderate and avoid browning. These small adjustments can help preserve the egg's nutritional value while avoiding harmful byproducts. It's not just about taste, it's about protecting your heart, digestion, and energy levels. A softer approach to cooking eggs can go a long way in supporting your health every day. 2. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. Many people believe that eating eggs raw, like in smoothies, protein shakes, or homemade sauces, offers more nutrition. But the truth is, raw or undercooked eggs pose serious risks, especially for older adults. Raw eggs can carry salmonella, a harmful bacteria that causes foodborne illness. While infection rates are low, seniors are far more vulnerable. A younger person might recover in a day or two, but for someone over 65, salmonella can lead to severe dehydration, hospitalization, or worse. Symptoms like fever, cramps, diarrhea, and weakness can hit harder and linger longer in aging bodies. Margaret, a 68-year-old who loved her morning raw egg shake, learned this the hard way. After suffering days of nausea and pain, she was diagnosed with salmonella poisoning. She switched to fully cooked eggs, and never had another episode. Beyond bacteria, raw egg whites contain avidin, a protein that binds to biotin, a B vitamin vital for nerve function and skin health. Over time, consuming raw eggs can reduce your body's ability to absorb biotin, leading to deficiency-related problems like fatigue, brittle nails, and even depression. Some believe that organic or free-range eggs are safer raw. But bacteria don't discriminate. No matter how clean or high quality the source, any raw egg can carry invisible risks. The safest path. Fully cook your eggs until both the whites and yolks are firm. If you prefer runny yolks, choose pasteurized eggs to reduce danger, but be aware that full cooking offers the best protection. Eggs are meant to nourish you, not make you sick. By cooking them thoroughly, you'll keep their goodness while guarding your health. It's a simple change that can spare you serious trouble. 3. Storing cooked eggs improperly. One of the most overlooked mistakes with eggs isn't how you cook them, it's how you store them afterward. For many older adults, it's convenient to make a big batch of scrambled eggs to last a few days. But if those eggs aren't stored properly, you could be inviting harmful bacteria into your body without even realizing it. Cooked eggs that sit out at room temperature, especially between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, can become breeding grounds for bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli. These bacteria multiply quickly in warm conditions, and seniors, with their naturally lowered immune defenses, are more susceptible to serious illness from contaminated food. Take George, age 72, who liked prepping a large container of scrambled eggs on Sundays. He stored them loosely covered in the fridge, scooping out a portion each morning. Over time, he noticed stomach cramps and nausea that he couldn't explain, until he learned about the risks of improper egg storage. By switching to smaller batches and sealed containers, his symptoms disappeared. The safest way to store cooked eggs is in an airtight container in the coldest part of the refrigerator, not the door. Hard-boiled eggs should be eaten within 1 week, and scrambled or fried eggs within 3 to 4 days. And never leave cooked eggs sitting out for more than 2 hours. When it comes to reheating, use low heat on the stove with a splash of water or broth. Avoid microwaving on high, which can overcook the eggs and create a rubbery texture while degrading nutrients. Safe storage may seem like a small detail, but for seniors, it can mean the difference between steady digestion and a dangerous infection. Don't take chances, store smart. 4. Using expired or cracked eggs. It's a common scene, standing at the fridge, holding a carton of eggs, wondering, are these still okay? Many older adults rely solely on the printed expiration date, but freshness can vary widely depending on how eggs were stored. And unfortunately, consuming expired or cracked eggs can quietly put your health at risk. Cracked eggs, even with the tiniest fractures, allow bacteria to sneak inside. Once that protective shell is compromised, harmful microorganisms like Salmonella can thrive. For seniors with weakened immune systems, even one bad egg can trigger serious digestive distress or food poisoning. Take Evelyn, a 74-year-old who always tried to eat carefully. One morning, she cracked an egg into her skillet and noticed a slight smell, but shrugged it off. Hours later, she was dealing with nausea and cramps that sent her to urgent care. The culprit? A spoiled egg that looked fine on the outside but had gone bad inside. So how can you tell if an egg is still fresh? Use the water test. Gently place an egg in a bowl of cold water. If it sinks and lies flat, it's fresh. If it stands upright, it's still usable but should be cooked soon. If it floats, it's no longer safe and should be discarded. Also, be mindful of where you store your eggs. The door of the fridge may seem convenient, but it's the warmest spot due to constant temperature changes. Instead, keep eggs in the back of the refrigerator where it's coldest and most stable. When in doubt, throw it out. One overlooked egg can do real harm, especially to an older body. A quick check can save you days of discomfort and keep your meals as safe as they are satisfying. 5. Cooking with unhealthy oils. You might be surprised to learn that the biggest danger in your morning eggs isn't the egg itself, it's the oil you're cooking them in. For decades, many older adults have reached for vegetable oil, canola oil, or margarine out of habit, thinking these were heart-healthy choices. But the truth is, these highly processed oils can quietly undermine your health, especially after 60. When oils like soybean, corn, or sunflower are heated, especially at high temperatures, they break down and release harmful compounds called oxidized lipids and trans fats. These substances promote inflammation, damage your blood vessels, and increase the risk of heart disease, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. For seniors already managing chronic conditions, this daily exposure adds up fast. Frank, age 78, had always used vegetable oil to fry his eggs. He thought oil was just oil, until he learned about smoke points and oxidation. After switching to extra virgin olive oil and sometimes using butter, he felt lighter after meals and noticed improved digestion and energy. It was a simple change, but it made a huge difference. So what should you use instead? Natural fats that stay stable under heat, like olive oil, avocado oil, butter, ghee, or coconut oil, are better choices. These fats not only taste better, but they also support heart and brain health without triggering inflammation. Also, avoid overheating any oil. If you see it smoking, it's already breaking down. Keep your cooking temperatures moderate, especially when making eggs, to protect both the oil and the nutrients in your food. You don't need to give up fried eggs, you just need to cook them smarter. The oil you choose can either fuel your health or slowly chip away at it. Make the right choice, and let your eggs truly nourish you. Let's take a moment to pause and reflect, not just on eggs, but on the habits we carry with us every day. Food is more than fuel, it's a memory, a comfort, a ritual. For many of us, a simple egg breakfast has been a part of life for decades. Maybe it's something you grew up with. Maybe it reminds you of mornings with your spouse, your children, or the quiet peace of a new day. That's what makes this conversation so important. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. It's about holding on to the foods you love while making sure they continue to love you back. When Harold realized that the way he cooked his eggs was affecting his digestion and energy, he didn't stop eating them. He simply softened his approach. Lower heat, gentler methods. His body responded with gratitude. When Margaret discovered her raw egg smoothies were causing her stomach issues, she didn't give up on nutrition. She just started cooking her eggs first. When George stopped storing eggs in loose containers and switched to smaller, airtight batches, his discomfort disappeared. And when Frank replaced inflammatory oils with olive oil and butter, he felt lighter, clearer, more alive. These aren't big changes. They're small corrections, subtle shifts that can protect your heart, your brain, and your immune system. And they don't require giving up anything you love. They simply ask that you pay attention. That you treat your food with the same care and intention that you give to the rest of your life. You've earned the right to enjoy your meals in peace. You've earned the right to age with energy, clarity, and comfort. And sometimes, that means revisiting old routines with fresh eyes. Eggs are still one of the most nutritious, versatile foods available, especially for seniors. They provide protein for muscle strength, choline for brain support, and antioxidants for vision and cell repair. But these benefits are only unlocked when eggs are respected from pan to plate. Overcook them, and you lose valuable nutrients. Eat them raw, and you risk bacterial infections. Store them improperly, and you invite illness. Use the wrong oil, and you introduce inflammation into your body without realizing it. But when you prepare them right, gently, safely, and with intention, eggs can continue to be a health-boosting ally in your daily routine. This is the heart of the ElderSpark message. Aging doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It means learning how to enjoy them wisely, protectively, and with joy. Every day is another chance to nourish yourself in ways that honor your body and your journey. So as you move forward, don't think of these tips as restrictions. Think of them as investments in your comfort, your strength, and your vitality. You deserve to feel well. You deserve to eat well. And with just a few mindful choices, even something as simple as an egg can support a longer, healthier, more energized life. Now that you know the truth about these 5 common egg mistakes, it's time to take action, not in a drastic way, but through small, thoughtful adjustments that fit naturally into your life. Think of it as giving your body the respect it deserves after all these years of loyal service. You're not too old to benefit from change. In fact, it's never too late to improve how you nourish yourself. Start with your cooking method. If you've been frying your eggs at high heat or boiling them until they turn rubbery and sulfur-smelling, it's time to ease up. Soft scramble them on low heat. Try poaching. Or steam your hard-boiled eggs just until the yolk is tender. You'll preserve more nutrients and avoid creating harmful compounds like oxidized cholesterol. Next, make a firm decision to stop consuming raw or undercooked eggs. No more raw smoothies, runny whites, or dipping toast into barely cooked yolks unless you're using pasteurized eggs. The risk of bacterial infection, especially from salmonella, is too serious to ignore as you get older. Then, take a hard look at how you store your eggs. Whether cooked or raw, always refrigerate them immediately and use airtight containers. And never eat an egg that's been sitting out for more than 2 hours. It may feel wasteful to throw it away, but it's far better than risking days of discomfort or worse. Also, make it a habit to check for cracks and freshness before using any egg. The cold water test only takes a minute, and it could save you a trip to the doctor. Finally, switch your cooking oil if needed. Trade in your old vegetable oil for extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, butter, or ghee. These oils don't just taste better, they're far healthier, especially when it comes to protecting your heart and brain. If this video opened your eyes or reminded you to be more mindful in the kitchen, consider subscribing to ElderSpark. We're here to help you age with energy, purpose, and wisdom, one simple change at a time. What's the first change you'll make? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today, my friend. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse, but only when handled with care. Overcooking them at high temperatures can destroy key nutrients and create harmful compounds linked to heart disease. Eating raw or undercooked eggs may expose you to dangerous bacteria like salmonella, especially risky for seniors with weaker immune systems. Storing cooked eggs improperly, leaving them out too long or in loose containers, invites bacterial growth that can quietly lead to food poisoning. Using expired or cracked eggs without checking freshness can result in digestive distress and infection. And finally, frying eggs in unhealthy oils like vegetable or corn oil can contribute to inflammation, heart strain, and even cognitive decline. But here's the good news: you don't need to give up eggs. You just need to cook them a little gentler, store them a little smarter, and choose oils that support your health instead of hurting it. Simple changes. Big rewards. You've taken the time to care for your body today, and that's something worth celebrating. So stay curious, stay mindful, and remember, ElderSpark is here to guide you with honest, practical wisdom every step of the way. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, be well and eat well.